All right, you and I are about to dive into a world where decency faces the ultimate temptation. They created a controversial live streamed street show, spending an absolute fortune to hire the most attractive women for this twisted experiment. Their only job is to flirt with random men on the street. If you let lust blind you and follow them to a hotel, it is not just tough guys from the show waiting, but you will suffer a humiliating social death, live in front of the entire world. Today, to see if decent men still exist, it is your turn to be targeted by this trap. You are quietly eating at a street stall when suddenly a gorgeous young woman stands right in front of you. Hey, handsome, do you mind if I sit down to have a drink with you? The girl named Bai Ningbing looks at you like a victim, making you look up to check her out. This girl looks around 16 or 17, a minor flirting with total strangers in the middle of the night. There are only two options here. Either it is a setup, or she just wants a free meal from you. But either way, as a man with strong principles, you have only one clear choice: to reject her immediately. But just as you are about to speak, watch closely. A cold, mechanical voice echoes in your mind, congratulating you for activating the moral principle system. Mission started. All right. You and I are about to dive into a wild system story that is going to blow your mind. Instantly, your eyes light up. Makes sense, since you have spent 10 whole years devouring web novels like a pro. You know this cliché all too well, which only makes you want to completely reject her even more. But as you stand there thinking, the viewers think you fell for Bai Ningbing's beauty, and the live chat completely explodes. Look at his face. He is already totally whipped. Do not tell me he is giving in from the start. Production team, hurry up and switch over to the next guy already. Now pay close attention here, because right as the chat starts arguing, you drop a line that freezes everyone in their tracks. You look Bai Ningbing dead in the eyes and coldly tell her that you are completely out of beer. That single line totally destroys the chat's hopes. He really just rejected her flat out. I never expected such a brutal rejection. I thought he would hesitate at least a little bit. What an absolute legend of a reaction. He really blew her off. This guy is an absolute hero for resisting. I bet you and I are thinking the exact same thing. Massive respect. The live chat is going absolutely wild. Meanwhile, Bai Ningbing is burning with rage, unable to process how a school queen could get rejected so coldly. Refusing to lose, she pouts and gets close to you, calling you incredibly cruel. You have a whole beer in your hand, so why not share a glass and let me buy you dinner later? You just stare at her with pure contempt, and the next second, you spin a beer tornado right in her face. You down the entire bottle in a single gulp, leaving her absolutely not one single drop of alcohol. She stands there completely frozen, as if someone hit the pause button, before pointing an angry finger at you. She screams that you are incredibly cheap, but you do not care and decide to put her in her place. So young, yet instead of studying, you wander the streets with tattoos, acting like a total delinquent. Hunting for guys at midnight to drink on the streets. Do your parents even know what you are doing? If I were your dad, I would break your legs. Truly savage. All right, you and I are about to see this system go wild, because the second you finish scolding that rebellious girl, it pops up rewarding you with a B rank rating. It urges you to keep going. Meanwhile, Bai Ningbing is so completely stunned by your harsh words that she can barely react, but eventually she just has to fire back. How dare you yell at me like that? Do you even know who I am? But you? You only respond with a cold, mocking sneer. I do not care who you are. Get out of my sight right now and stop wasting my time. Now, watch closely here, because your icy response instantly silences the entire livestream chat, making everyone think you are a total cheapskate. Like, he cannot even offer her a single glass of beer? Is this reaction way too harsh? Sure, he is turning her down, but did he really have to be this cold and ruthless? But you and I know that flirting with random strangers at midnight is what is truly bizarre here. Come along with me for this absolute craziness. Because while the live stream chat debates, you decide to win over the system with an epic lecture. You are a minor, but instead of studying hard, you are out late, wasting your time with complete strangers. Do you have no self-respect? Your parents worked so hard to raise you. Are you really worthy of their efforts? After this verbal attack, your system evaluation shoots up in rank, while Bai Ningbing nearly loses her mind over your words because, first, she is fully an adult, and second, for her, hitting up street food stalls or bars is the most normal thing ever. So, she finally cannot hold it back anymore and explodes in pure rage right then and there. Did you time travel straight from the Qing dynasty? This is the 21st century. How can someone have such ancient, outdated views? I suggest you watch more TikTok to open your mind. Go see how men think in other countries. What is wrong with grabbing a drink on the street? I even go to bars alone. This is completely ridiculous. You did not expect Bai Ningbing to be a regular barfly at all, and you instantly scowl in pure annoyance. A bar is filled with shady people. Have you thought about the terrible consequences if some creep targets you? Or do you just not care at all? I pity your parents. How did they raise such a wild, uncontrolled girl? Right when you finish speaking, the system notification rings inside your head once again. Congratulations to the user for successfully lecturing Bai Ningbing. You got an S-rank evaluation, 15,000 in cash, and a limited supercar. A second later, your phone buzzes with a text message. You pull it out to check. Sure enough, it is the system confirmation for the $15,000 payout. At the exact same time, the keys to a brand new Lamborghini magically appear inside your pocket. Holding back your excitement, you head to the parking lot for your ride. But the moment you move, Bai Ningbing sticks to you like glue. She finally realizes that her ultimate mission is to seduce you, not just stand around listening to your incredibly boring, preachy lectures. So she quickly switches to a sweet, submissive act, saying, "You are right, handsome. I just did not realize that before. Your lecture made me see how wrong I was. Plus, the way you talked to me was actually super attractive and cool. By the way, do you have a girlfriend? How do I look to you?" But pay close attention right here, because no matter how hard this gorgeous girl flirts, you do not even blink at her. Without slowing down, you keep walking straight to the parking garage because right now, there is absolutely no room in your heart. Even a top-tier beauty cannot compete with a high-end Lamborghini. Yet, she does not show any signs of being angry. Instead, she starts confessing passionately. Turns out, she is a guest on a live street challenge show, and you are her target. Her goal this time is to seduce you, making you fall head over heels, and then expose you with hidden cameras to ruin your reputation. Even though she tries everything to charm you, you completely ignore her script. From your point of view, no beautiful woman on earth can beat such a spectacular sports car. Right now, you are in the mall parking lot hunting for the sweet Lamborghini the system just gifted you. And Bai Ningbing follows you like a shadow. It is late. Why do you not go home? Why follow me? I know what you are thinking, and yeah, you finally get fed up, confront her, and she instantly plays the victim. "Please, handsome, I had a huge fight with my parents and decided to run away from home tonight. I do not have a single cent on me. I feel like you are a good guy. Can I stay over tonight?" Hearing Bai Ningbing's sad story, your footsteps inevitably start to slow down. Seeing this, she rushes over to grab your arm tightly, shaking it gently while begging to stay the night. Meanwhile, the massive livestream audience watching Bai Ningbing's bold move completely loses their minds. Oh my god, this is straight up cheating. Is she not dragging him into committing a huge crime here? The prettier they are, the bigger liars they turn out to be. Her acting skills are next level. But you think about it for a second and agree. If you are not lying, I will let you stay. But the moment the sun rises, you leave. Hearing this, a flash of smug pride glints in her eyes. In her mind, she believes you just fell right into her cold, calculated trap. When the live stream audience notices, they get hyped. Haha, I knew he would not hold out either. Total proof. Just wait, this guy will show his true colors tonight, and the crew will catch him red-handed. After searching, you find your car. Trust me, you will want to see what happens next. Let's dive into a wild romance story where real wealth completely shatters appearances, starting with this crazy green supercar where a fake rich guy is flexing luxury brands. The most eye-catching detail is that expensive Lamborghini key hanging from his waist. Girls in the live stream chat are going absolutely crazy over him, calling him a highly successful elite man. Driving a supercar at his age, he is a true billionaire heir. Who will be the lucky girl to marry him? He is actually wealthy, making the ordinary guy from the social experiment look completely pathetic. Meanwhile, other men mock him, saying he is only rich thanks to his parents. Real men earn their own way. Even if they drive a beat-up car, they earned it through honest, hard work. Amidst the chaotic chat room, our main character approaches the wealthy heir and politely asks him to move. That single request makes the entire live chat blow up, questioning how he dares demand anything from a billionaire. Please, brother, step back and let the young master enjoy his luxury sports car in peace. Right now, everyone assumes you are just acting tough so you do not lose face. But pay close attention here, because what this rich kid does next will leave you speechless. He replies very politely and steps back, but the female lead Bai Ningbing cannot resist confronting you immediately. She demands to know why you moved him, and you calmly reply that he is blocking your car. Hearing this, Bai Ningbing turns pale as the entire live broadcast freezes in absolute shock. There is no way that car is his. He is supposed to be just a broke, penniless guy. Still unable to believe that such a masterpiece belongs to you, she stares at you with pure doubt. Ignoring her absurd doubts, you calmly focus on getting into your car. You smoothly pull out your Lamborghini key, press the button, and the bright green doors slide up majestically like butterfly wings. Seeing this, I bet you did not see this coming either, as the entire stream crashes when they realize this exclusive Lamborghini is yours. Bai Ningbing stands completely frozen, staring blankly. She cannot process that a random passerby, chosen by their show, has such an insane background. Meanwhile, the wealthy young man did not expect this massive shock either. Realizing you own this supercar, he takes the initiative to introduce himself and invite you to his elite club. To expand your valuable network, you do not hesitate to accept young master Shen Mobai's invitation. As you exchange contact info, Bai Ningbing watches in utter confusion at the billionaire's sudden, respectful attitude toward you. She asks if it really costs that much, and he clarifies it is a Lamborghini Veneno. Only 4 exist worldwide, costing over $4 million, and they are nearly impossible to buy even with cash. Hearing about this massive fortune, the viewers completely lose their minds. Knowing nothing about the stream, you just want to go home, but the problem is you had a drink. So you look at Bai Ningbing, confirm she can drive, and toss her the keys without hesitation. Saying goodbye to Shen Mobai, you let her drive you back to your place. Following the map, they arrive, but when she steps out of the luxury ride and sees the old building, her face drops. Driving a $4 million vehicle but living in a completely run-down, messy alleyway. Nobody would ever expect a real billionaire to live here, leaving the female lead utterly lost in confusion. The live stream chat explodes once again, claiming this must be some kind of setup. An heir living in this dump? He definitely borrowed the car just to flex fake wealth. Despite hating the idea of going inside, Bai Ningbing has to do her job. Reluctantly, she enters the building with you simply to complete her assigned broadcast mission. Walking up to your room, you open the door to reveal a tiny studio, deepening her heavy sense of disgust. The production crew immediately fears for their host's safety inside. Because of this, they dispatch emergency staff to the building, ready to break the door if things go wrong. But you never had any bad intentions toward her from the start. You wash up and offer her the couch, Honestly, we have to respect that gentleman move. Come along with me to see how this totally clueless guy leaves the live audience absolutely dying of laughter. Keep it up, champ. Haha, exactly. Not every guy is thinking with his pants. Hearing your brutal words, Bai Ningbing is left completely frozen. She never expected a campus queen, adored by thousands, to be rejected so ruthlessly by you. So, her pride deeply wounded, she decides to play dirty to win. I am taking a shower, do not even think about peeking, and the live stream viewers instantly catch her real intentions. Man, who could actually resist that? It is over. He is done. She is going all out and playing dirty. If he gives in, the challenge fails. She was tired all day, so what is wrong with bathing? Is that forbidden too? Please, you call that cheating? She is only here to test him, so what is wrong with using her charms? While the chat argued endlessly, she took a shower. But 30 minutes later, stepping out wrapped in a towel with her hidden camera, she finds you already asleep. And not only that, you were snoring loudly, fast asleep. You have to see this, her face twisted in pure rage while the live stream audience completely lost it laughing. This is epic. Haha. She put in so much effort only for everything to end like this. I am dying of laughter. I thought this would be a passionate romance, but it is pure comedy. On the other hand, the female viewers were totally speechless, wondering if you were even a real man. I cannot handle him. I demand a replacement. At that moment, she was absolutely dying to strangle you. With no other choice, she gave up and slept on the couch, questioning her life. The night passed in silence. The next morning, you woke up and were just about to get out of bed when you heard a loud snore nearby. It was coming from Bai Ningbing, asleep on the couch. Instantly, with zero chivalry, you walked over and gave her a quick kick. The sharp blow woke her right up. Wake up already. It is your turn to make breakfast. Being rudely shaken awake by your kick, she was furious. Still, she rushed to the bathroom to change. Right after, you put the hidden camera back in its original spot. Seeing her all dressed, you immediately pressured her to go and cook something for both of you. And right at that moment, as the stream reconnected, viewers started flooding the chat once again. I am speechless. He is the ultimate clueless guy. He finally has a female guest over, and he cannot even cook her something nice. He completely deserves to stay single forever. Though others were absolutely loving the show, saying they would never dare speak to a woman like that. Is this the iron fist of a true alpha male? His brutal honesty is leaving me completely stunned. I am totally convinced that watching this stream is the most liberating and entertaining thing ever. It is so satisfying. But watch closely here, because while everyone was arguing, she made her stance very clear. She was not cooking anything. In fact, if you wanted her to get breakfast, you had to send her cash first. My entire life, other people have always treated me to meals. You are the host. How can you charge me? If you want to eat, give me the money right now. You were about to let it slide, but right then, the system notification suddenly echoed in your mind. Harmful social trend detected. Activating mission. Reject her demand and teach her a lesson to receive rewards based on performance. That inactive system of yours had finally powered up again. To lock in the reward, you coldly replied that you were already generous enough letting her sleep there. I only asked you to get some breakfast. Do you really have to blow things out of proportion? Did your parents never teach you gratitude? You are lucky you ran into someone so considerate. If it had been any other guy, you would have been in deep trouble a long time ago. Your sharp lecture did not just leave the girl completely speechless, it stunned the viewers. Instantly, the entire chat flooded with supportive comments. Well said. People need to be grateful, and you cannot just spoil them all the time. As a woman, I think that to be fair, why should men always pay for meals? We have our own money too. While most defended you, a few female viewers kept insulting you non-stop. After your brutal lecture, she was left completely humiliated in front of us. All right. You and I are about to see her endure anything for her mission, but buy breakfast? No way. She claimed she had zero sense of direction, but our main character did not fall for her little trap at all. Pointing his finger directly at her, he launched into another furious lecture. If you are so lost, how did you find me last night on your own? Do I look like an idiot? I was nice enough to let you stay. And now when I ask for breakfast, you make cheap excuses. This brutal verbal beatdown left the entire livestream audience completely stunned. Talk about being incredibly cheap. Breakfast costs just a few pennies, and he won't even pay. Why can't he be a gentleman like other guys? He won't even buy her a meal. A guy like him deserves to stay single forever. On the other hand, a huge group of viewers actually cheered and supported his decision. Ask them for breakfast money these days, and they act like you are killing them. Well said, what a solid reality check. We all have parents who raised us, so why should he have to pamper her like that? By now, Bai Ningbing was so thoroughly lectured, she was speechless. But right then, that glorious system notification rang out. Congratulations, user, on receiving an S-rank evaluation. Your reward: 10% of the Jingran residential complex and 350 million in cash. Now, watch closely here. Seeing that massive transfer hit his phone, he just could not contain his excitement. He immediately looked at Bai Ningbing and gave her two choices. 1. Get out of here forever. 2. Go buy some breakfast. Saying that, he shoved her outside and slammed the door in her face. As soon as he finished the breakfast she brought him, he immediately kicked her back out to the street. To him, women only slowed down his delivery speed. Desperate to stay, she tearfully begged him to let her tag along. And just like that, the poor errand girl, Bai Ningbing, after following him on deliveries all day long, ended up being mercilessly kicked out when the sun went down. Right then, the show host appeared. First, congratulations to our main character for brilliantly passing stage 1. Currently, his grand prize pool has already reached 350 million. If he survives the remaining 29 stages, he wins the jackpot of 3.5 billion. I know what you are thinking, but with Bai Ningbing eliminated, they are sending a totally new guest to break him. Hearing the host say this, the entire livestream chat went completely wild. Meanwhile, he was playing video games in his room when his landlady called. Hello, is this Shaolin? Your lease expires tomorrow. If you want to renew, I will have my granddaughter stop by to collect the rent. Even though he was super wealthy now, he was totally used to living in this room for the last 3 years. So, he was in no rush to move out, deciding to renew the contract without a single second thought. Shaolin, my granddaughter is about your age. And if I remember correctly, you are still single, right? You seem like a great guy. Why not meet up? Do not say no so fast. I am just trying to play Cupid. Whatever happens next is up to you two. The next morning, suddenly, someone knocked loudly on his door. When he opened it, he was greeted by an incredibly beautiful woman with a highly intellectual vibe. I am Lu Ruyan, the landlady's granddaughter. I am here to collect next month's rent. It is 3.5 million. Will you pay by transfer or mobile wallet? Right then, he still looked incredibly sleepy. Squinting his eyes, he let out a huge yawn. Let us just use the mobile wallet. Hearing this, Lu Ruan's face completely changed. Turns out, she was the second challenger sent by the show's crew to finally take him down. The production team rigged everything so she could pose as the landlady's granddaughter and easily get close to him. Even though he ruined her initial plan, she smiled warmly. Why not add my contact? It will make future payments easier. After exchanging contact info, she came up with a random excuse to invite him out for breakfast. He did not think much of it and accepted the invitation out of simple politeness. But to the livestream chat, this was proof he had already fallen head over heels into her trap. I thought he had self-control, but he showed his true colors by instantly accepting. Trust me, you and I cannot miss what happens next. Come with me, he definitely has his sights on Lu Ruyan. While the audience debated fiercely, Lu Ruyan cleverly took you out for breakfast, paying the entire bill in advance to show off. After that, they chatted casually while enjoying their breakfast. From what you said, Lu Ruyan learned you were heading to a real estate agency. Coincidentally, to build up her fake wealthy persona, the show producers had rented 10 apartments nearby so she could pretend to be the wealthy landlady subleasing them. What a coincidence! I was also planning to go and handle the paperwork to sublease those 10 apartments. We can go together then, Lu Ruyan said excitedly, trying her best to subtly brag about her fake immense wealth. This little performance immediately made the live chat explode with comments. Wow, she is so impatient, bragging about her money already. Get this gold-digging witch off the show right now. Our innocent guy is no match for her. You would think he would finally see her as a rich heiress now. But the next second, you calmly replied that her family must be doing pretty well financially. Now, pay attention here. The live chat absolutely lost their minds over your extreme composure. She owns 10 high-end apartments, and he is totally unfazed? That is literally impossible. Is he seriously not even a little impressed by a wealthy girl? Lu Ruyan was also left totally stunned. After showing off her looks and money, you were supposed to fall head over heels for her. That way, she could easily eliminate you, but your cold and indifferent reaction left her completely baffled. So, after finishing breakfast, they both headed over to the Xingsheng real estate agency. As soon as they walked in, a sales agent approached to welcome them and ask if they wanted to rent. I am Lu Ruyan, and I am here for subleasing. I already spoke with the office manager. The agent immediately led them to the VIP room, leaving you and Lu Ruyan completely alone after he walked out. At this point, Lu Ruyan could no longer hold back and decided it was time to make her move. You know, my aunt wanted to set us up last night. I was going to refuse, but the moment I saw you, it was love at first sight. Hearing this sudden confession from Lu Ruyan, you were about to politely reject her when the system suddenly activated again with a metallic chime. Harmful social trend detected. Initiating special mission. 2 clear options are presented to the host. Option 1. Accept Lu Ruyan's confession to receive the Fool in Love title. Option 2. Reject her confession. Reward. 25% shares of the luxurious July Hotel. Hearing this, you freeze for a moment. I know what you are thinking, and so did the live chat looking at his stunned face on screen. Is that it? What a letdown. I actually thought he was a rich guy who could resist a beautiful woman. Guess I overestimated him. Where is the production crew? Hurry up and kick this guy off the show. The male viewers also immediately assumed that you had completely yielded to her. This is absolutely crazy, she confessed, barely a minute after walking in. Who could resist that? Bai Ningbing grew totally desperate. Either way, it is an unfair trap against a guy who had his guard down at that moment. Just as everyone was debating intensely, your very next sentence made the entire audience jump with excitement. You stared directly at Bai Ningbing and calmly said a few words. I am sorry, but I like men. At that exact moment, Bai Ningbing's face showed absolute, utter disbelief. She never imagined an otaku goddess like herself would be rejected so ruthlessly, but a second later, she relaxed. She just assumed you were playing hard to get, and, with a bright smile, said she really liked you. If you stay with me, I will ask my dad to buy us a multi-million-dollar mansion for our new home. I am sorry, but I really feel absolutely nothing for you, making her face turn pale instantly upon hearing this. Do you truly feel absolutely nothing for me? Or do you just think I am lying to you? Whether you are lying or not does not matter to me. You told her calmly, I just do not like you. Even if you offer me the entire moon, nothing will change. As you finish speaking, the system chimes in your mind. Ding! It is detected that the host rejected Bai Ningbing's confession. And that is where we leave it while he celebrates his new hotel shares. She is left completely lost. Let's dive into this wild story of a girl chasing quick television fame. That was her master plan, but after getting rejected, her massive pride was absolutely shattered. Just thinking about her perfect goddess image crumbling to pieces makes her completely furious. Who on earth do you think you are? You are just a sad, pathetic delivery boy. You do not even make a few thousand a month, so what gives you the right? Just because he delivers does not mean he is broke, but Bai Ningbing is already exploding with rage. She points and screams at you, claiming someone with actual money would never live in a total dump. As the argument heats up, the sales manager Pan Mingyun happens to walk right over to you. Hearing your name, his expression flips instantly. Are you Mr. Fang, here for the official paperwork? Pan Mingyuan, showing up out of nowhere, completely cuts off their heated shouting match. Once you confirm, Pan Mingyuan enthusiastically shakes your hand, calling you Boss Fang right then and there. Hearing that you have finally arrived, Bai Ningbing and the entire livestream audience are left totally speechless. Pay attention here, because even the live chat cannot wrap their heads around what is happening. Where would a delivery guy get house money? Right then, Lu Ruyan snaps out of her shock. Stunned, she asks why he is called boss. It turns out he bought 20 apartments yesterday. I invited him here to sign the official contracts for those 20 properties he bought at once. As a very important client, it is only natural, leaving the entire online stream absolutely silent. Did he actually buy 20 apartments? The chat is losing its mind, wondering where the cash came from. He bought 20 whole units right after Lu Ruyan ridiculed him for being a penniless delivery boy. Who could have guessed he was a secret billionaire? Talk about an absolute reality check. I am dying of laughter. Lu Ruyan tried to flex her wealth and crashed straight into a wall. I know you are probably laughing just as hard as I am at her priceless expression. She never imagined the delivery guy from a minute ago actually owned 20 high-end properties. With that, guided directly by the manager, you head to the office to wrap up the paperwork. Meanwhile, Lu Ruyan is left standing there completely alone, waiting for some other agent to help her. At that very moment, director Su Manwen secretly calls Lu Ruyan to let her know she is disqualified. Right after, she starts handpicking the third guest, whose sole job is to test your limits. Meanwhile, by the time you finish the signing, the show crew has already escorted Lu Ruyan away. So, the production team sends out more cameramen to follow you in secret. Just as the viewers focus back on you, the camera cuts directly to the show host. Congratulations to our accidental protagonist for clearing stage 2. The jackpot is now 1 billion dongs. Even though we eliminated Lu Ruyan, things are just warming up. Get ready for stage 3. We are sending a completely different type of challenger, determined to seduce him and end his run. Hearing this, the male viewers go absolutely wild over the massive prize pool of 1 billion dongs. The next round is 1.7 billion, right? That second opponent was too weak and went down fast. By now, even a good portion of the female audience is starting to look at you with real admiration. But the majority still insists you are just a stubborn, slow guy who does not deserve any praise. They believe you simply got lucky with Lu Ruyan and have absolutely no reason to show off. There are 28 tougher rounds left, and they bet you will not even survive stage 3. While everyone debates in the live chat, you quietly head back to the Jing Ren apartments. Suddenly, you get another call from an unknown number asking if you own shares in July Hotel. We cordially invite you to the shareholders meeting tomorrow at 2 p.m. Will you be available? Hearing the invitation, you remember your system reward of a 25% stake in the hotel. You accept immediately, totally unaware that the show's hidden surveillance crew just caught every single word. And that wraps up today, but stick with me because tomorrow is going to be absolute chaos. Come with me to watch these absolute fools who have no clue you own the July Hotel. Meanwhile, the show director, Su Manwen, gets the update from her crew and quickly cooks up a scheme for the third female guest who is about to arrive. Right on time for the date, you drive all by yourself toward the luxurious 5-star July Hotel. On the other side, Li Xia is welcoming the guests. The moment you see her, her stunning beauty catches you completely off guard. She walks right up to you and asks if you are part of the staff for the conference. She introduces herself as the assistant general manager of the Jukai Hotel, in charge of welcoming everyone. After you give a simple nod of confirmation, she leads you inside to show you around the place. But as the tour goes on, her attitude toward you suddenly becomes ice cold. That is because the show producers ordered her to act like a bossy queen, using her elegance to totally dominate you. Along the way, whenever they cross paths with some people, Li Xia quickly steps ahead to greet them. But whenever you try to say hello, Li Xia cuts you off, telling you to keep quiet around high society people. Pay close attention here, because this is hilarious since you are a major shareholder in this hotel. So how on earth does she think these random people have a higher status than you? Following the assistant manager, you run into several of the most powerful executives in the hotel industry. The funny thing is, you know exactly who they are, but none of them know who you are. And that is because Li Xia only introduces herself, completely ignoring the fact that you are even there. Because of this, all those big bosses mistake you for just another low-level hotel worker. Fed up with wasting your time, you start getting angry and coldly demand to know why she did not introduce you. Hearing your complaint, Li Xia spins around and throws an incredibly mocking look right in your face. Why would she do that when you are just some rich kid with a little pocket change? You are not on the level of these top executives. Aren't you just a simple delivery boy? Hearing this, your face hardens. Do you not know who I am? You ask. But she looks completely unfazed by you. You are Fang Yuan, right? Seeing this unfold, the female viewers in the live chat start laughing at you. How hilarious! Fang Yuan is totally panicking and has no idea how to defend his dignity anymore. You are just a fake rich kid, so what right do you have demanding introductions to such important people? At this point, even the guys in the chat are convinced you are going to fail this stage entirely. Here is where you and I get to see the fun part while the chat debates. The tense argument is overheard by Yan Chongdae, the general manager of Jukai Hotel, who happens to be passing by. Hearing your name leaves him frozen solid. But before he can even react, Li Xia snaps at you again. You are just a nobody with some spare change in your pocket. This is not your place, so learn some humility. Hearing such garbage finally pushes your patience over the edge. But at that exact second, the system suddenly boots up with a brand new mission. Toxic behavior detected. If you put Li Xia in her place, the system will evaluate you and grant a massive reward. Without hesitating, you point straight at Li Xia's face and start tearing into her. Are you acting dumb, or are you actually clueless? I am the second largest shareholder of this entire hotel. Your own hotel formally invited me to this gathering, and you have the nerve to lecture me about humility. How did you even become assistant manager without checking your guests? But Li Xia does not care at all. She even lets out a mocking laugh, sneering that if you are the second shareholder, she is the owner. I am warning you, say whatever you want, but stop making up such ridiculous, embarrassing lies. Right then, the general manager who was eavesdropping turns completely pale with absolute terror. He immediately bursts out from his hiding spot, roaring in pure rage for her to shut her mouth right now. Li Xia genuinely thinks that shout was aimed at you, so she chimes in, asking if you heard him. He is the general manager and I am the assistant manager. You are just an insignificant nobody. If it were not for my help, do you honestly think someone of your low status could stand here? And trust me, you and I are going to absolutely love watching this manager break into a cold sweat. All right. You and I are about to watch him march right up to Li Xia, point at her nose, and scream in her face. This man is actually the second largest shareholder of our Jukai Hotel. Hearing this, Li Xia freezes, as if struck by lightning, completely paralyzed from the absolute shock of it all. Meanwhile, furious, you keep roasting her mercilessly, saying you cannot understand how she has survived this long with that garbage attitude. I have been talking for half the day, and you still have absolutely no clue who I am. With a brain like yours, even a zombie would bite your head and spit it out for being tasteless. Right now, the live stream audience is completely speechless. What on earth is happening here? Is he really the second largest shareholder of Jukai Hotel? Unbelievable. He does not just own 20 apartments. He also owns a huge chunk of this luxury hotel. How many secrets is this guy hiding? Your patience is completely gone after being treated like a fool all day. Licia, I introduced myself at the very start, and you still did not realize I was a key shareholder here. How did you even become deputy general manager with such incompetence? As deputy manager, instead of working, you just brag and humiliate others. You do not deserve to hold this position for a single second. Saying this, you look straight at Yan Chongdae and ask if you can use your power to fire her immediately. Yan Chongdae nods in fear, replying that, of course, there is absolutely no problem. Now pay close attention to how you tell her she caused a disaster, sending her straight to human resources right now. Do not bother coming back tomorrow. Hearing this, all the color instantly drains from Li Xia's face. She never imagined this terrible outcome. Right then, the system voice chimes in to congratulate you. For scolding Li Xia, you get rank S, 350 million dongs in cash, and 25% of Shi Jiabao shares. Instantly, you pull out your cell phone to quickly search online for details about this mysterious Shi Jiabao company. The information pops up immediately, revealing it is an exclusive boutique specializing in custom high-fashion suits. Their annual net profit reaches 350 billion dongs, giving you 87,500 million at year's end without lifting a finger. Then, Yan Chengde guides you inside, leaving behind a completely devastated Li Xia who has no idea what to do. You and I, along with the audience, are left completely speechless. Due to the massive failure of the third contestant, the production team holds an emergency meeting and sends in a heavyweight rival. With the new candidate confirmed, the show's cameras immediately cut back to the main host. Congratulations to our protagonist for passing the third trial. Currently, the prize pool stands at an incredible 1,700,000,000 dongs. After an intense internal debate over who the fourth contestant should be, we have decided to send in a real high society lady to give him a much harder challenge. If he beats this stage, he takes home 3,500,000,000 dongs. Hearing this, the chat explodes with excitement. Wow, the fourth contestant is a genuine high-class millionaire. Can he keep his composure in front of her? I would definitely fall to my knees. Nobody could resist a temptation like that, especially with this broadcasting live to the entire world. Bro, you are representing all local men right now. Stay strong and do not let outsiders look down on us. On the other hand, some women in the crowd look extremely smug, as seeing you successfully beat the first 3 trials has them pretty annoyed. So right now, they are praying that this refined lady eliminates you from the game once and for all. But you, as the true main character of this show, have absolutely no clue what they are planning. After finishing the grand gala banquet at the hotel, you drive straight to Jindy Plaza to buy some fancy clothes, never noticing the show's cameraman is already tailing your every step. Meanwhile, the fourth contestant who is about to appear, Shen Yusu, is rushed to the Golden Land building by production after they track down your current location. When the camera finally pans to Shen Yusu, the viewers in the chat are completely blown away. Heavens, Shen Yusu is gorgeous and carries an incredibly elegant vibe. Our main character will definitely suffer a total defeat. Is this the legendary high society lady? She looks so sophisticated that no one could possibly compete with her. But you and I know that appearances can be deceiving because this girl is actually no wealthy lady at all. Alright, you and I are about to watch how this woman faked her entire identity just to get on the show. Her plan? Destroy him and become an absolute hero to the viewers. That is how she gets rich and famous. Making hundreds of millions a day would be a breeze. Meanwhile, Shen Yusu was plotting with the production crew to set a trap and completely humiliate you on camera. No matter how rich he is, if he lacks respect and sincerity, he is absolutely worthless. Today, I will expose his real face to the entire internet, showing everyone his darkest side. The moment she said that, she instantly won over the crowd. Talk about a flawless speech! Preach! She is saying exactly what we are all thinking. I seriously cannot wait to see what her next move is. I really hope they get rid of this guy today. While the live chat was exploding, you were casually strolling through the top floor of the Golden Land building, walking right past several high-end fashion boutiques. Suddenly, you stopped in front of a very unique store. You stood right outside the luxury Skabal fashion boutique. But pay attention here, because things are about to get wild. The female viewers started mocking you the second you walked inside. I do not get what is so special about that basic shop. Skabal? Nobody has ever heard of it. It must be some cheap knockoff. However, there were actual fashion experts in the chat, and they immediately started schooling everyone in the comments. Oh my God! How dare you call it a knockoff? That is literally the most luxurious and exclusive suit tailor on the entire planet. Exactly. They literally dress royalty, and countless world-famous celebrities are loyal clients of this incredible elite brand. After that quick lesson from the experts, the live chat viewers finally began to understand the truth. The level of this tailor shop is insane. Brands like Hermes or Chanel cannot even compare to a legendary place like this. I bet if you do not have at least a few $100,000, you would not even dare step inside. While the crowd was still buzzing, you had already approached the boutique employees. After exchanging a few quick words, the employee immediately rushed to get his superior. Welcome, sir. I am the store manager. You can call me Manager Chen. He introduced himself warmly. But the second he stared at your face, his entire expression completely flipped. He had just received a notification from Skabal about a sudden change in shareholders. And seeing the new partner's photo, he recognized you instantly. Terrified, he asked if your name was Fang Yuan. Hearing this, you looked a little surprised. You did not expect the news to travel that fast. Then you smiled, confirming he was right and telling him not to worry. I only stopped by today because I want to order 2 premium custom suits. Hearing that, Manager Chen finally breathed a sigh of relief. He immediately called over the shop's top master tailor to take your measurements and design your exclusive garments. Now here is the absolute best part: do not blink. That entire conversation with the manager was being secretly recorded by people waiting outside. It was the show's camera crew. Using top-tier gear, they captured everything. And when the live audience heard each suit cost $7 billion, the chat exploded. Unreal. That is $1,750 million per meter of fabric. That is way too expensive. Is this how the ultra-rich live? A single suit is $7 billion. That means 2 suits cost $14 billion. Incredible. It is like wearing a couple of luxury houses on your back. Those female viewers who were laughing earlier were left completely frozen in shock. I actually thought those designer bags costing a few $100 million were the peak of luxury. I cannot believe a single custom suit costs $7 billion. This completely shatters my imagination. Right as you were ordering your suits, Shen Yusu was already arriving at the Golden Land building's underground parking lot. You could easily tell she was draped in luxury designer brands from head to toe. She was even carrying a limited edition bag worth over $350 million. A sleek Hermes bag. And to stage a casual run-in with you, she did not hesitate to borrow a Lamborghini Aventador from the show's crew. In fact, she parked it right next to your Lamborghini Veneno. But as you finished shopping and prepared to leave, a crew member immediately alerted Shen Yusu. The moment she got the message, she rushed straight to the underground garage. Do not look away now, because she already has him dead in her sights. When she spotted her target, a cold, mocking smile slowly spread across Shin Yusu's lips.